Yo, 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 what's going on, my people? It's your girl, Rada Creator, coming back with another one. So today, I wanted to just get into like a Diddy trial update. And I also wanted to touch on a Tory Lanez update as well. And if anybody comes through and has anything that they want to talk about, then they're more than welcome to bring up something that they want to talk about and we can look into it or we can talk about it. All right, so let us begin. Now, the thing I did that did not make no sense. I need some help in my mind about that. I looked up the Diddy trial on the wrong device, on the device I was doing StreamYard on, and so whew, I need to change it so that I could be on YouTube and not interfere with what I'm doing. So hopefully the same stuff comes up. Um, let's hope because as of late with the whole, I think that's what I said. Let me see. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. I'm gonna stick with this one. It's a bunch of them that got different trial updates, but I'm not doing all that. I'm just so right. This is the one I wanted to talk about. Okay. So last time I was here, who was the last person that I really can't remember who was the last person that was testifying, but I know male prostitutes. Can we say prostitute? Yeah. So male prostitutes or something of that nature, male sex workers. I really don't know what they was called, but people that participated in the FREAK offs. Can you say that? FREAK? No, you can't. Okay. Participated in the F offs. How you doing, people? Good to see you. Thank you for pulling up. For feel more than welcome to come up, put your 2 cents in, or say whatever you need to say. You're welcome here. Um, Everybody's opinion is appreciated, whether it agrees with me or not. Now, really, how I feel about this whole entire case is that I really don't have no dog in this fight. I'm not on the side of Diddy being, but I must tell you, so I'm not on the side of Diddy wanting him to get off, but I'm not on the side of, I guess, Cassie at the beginning. But I will say this week, yesterday, for some reason, the most believable witness to me in this whole situation, well, not exactly, the most believable victim, I'll say it like that. The most believable victim in this situation for some reason is the girl Mia. I don't know why I believe her, but I believe her. Well, the girl with the initials MIA. I thought that was going to be Miami, yeah, Miami, but it wasn't her. But I thought it was going to be her because back in the day in sports, that's how you abbreviate Miami. It's MIA. So I thought it was going to be her, but no, it was a either Caucasian woman or a Latina woman, but she has blonde hair. But I know who the person is, but I'm not going to out that person. I'll just give you hints about who this person is. This person worked for Revolt TV with, they are a board member and had a chair, or might still have a chair on Revolt TV with Diddy and was trying to produce some shows. And the biggest thing that was reported where you would know who she is was that they had a show together that was going to show life as a assistant or something, and it was called Hustle. So that clue alone will help you find out who this person is. I'm not going to out her because I feel like that's mean, but for some reason I believe this woman. Now let's get into what had happened yesterday. Now I'm going to also get into um I'll say the guy Deontay. I don't know if he did he work for Diddy. No. Okay, I'm just asking, did he work? So he didn't work for Diddy, but he was Cassie's friend. And this person was pretty believable too. And it was a situation that arose between Diddy and Cassie. He was trying to attack Cassie and Capricorn Clark. Um, Cassie and Deontay tried to get together and roll on Diddy, and he still ended up dusting all of them up. I don't know how, but that's how it happened. That was a real interesting story that I felt like y'all should know. That was something that was very interesting that had to do with Deontay. I did believe him too because he had no dog in the fight. He's if I was him, I would be suing Diddy for assault and battery because they said he whooped Deontay up. So I don't know if he's gonna be suing him, but he should be because the man put his hands on you and you were not his lover or um so that is an assault. So get your money for the assault that he unleashed on you trying to protect her. So also good things that they were showing about the case was they were showing that anybody who dared to try to help Cassie or anybody that he chose to assault, if you did anything to step in, but particularly Kathy, she was like a prisoner slash hostage in this relationship. This one way relationship because he wasn't in a relationship with her, but she couldn't have nobody, but he could go and F everybody. And anybody who tried to stop the assaults that he unleashed on her would end up suspended without pay or somehow penalized and their money and their livelihood taken away from them and done it through the avenue of human resources. So that is how they're going to get this man on the RICO on the what is the charge that they were saying that's how they're going to get him because he did use this enterprise for criminal activity, which was beating down and assaulting and abuse of power of trying to punish anybody who worked for him that dared to try to stop him from us viciously assaulting Cassie. So that's gonna that I think they are gonna get him for that. So that was one. That was an interesting story about them trying to roll on him and they lost. He beat up all three of them. Um, it was some other lady that another interesting story is when they tried to roll on him and they didn't win, he told I forgot which person. It could have been the girl MIA. Now, he told a person to call um this woman named Kayla. I can't remember who Kayla is to it. I don't know if that's KK. I don't know if that's somebody else. But he told somebody that worked directly under him to call Kayla because he hurt Cassie and BLOOD. I don't know if I can say that anymore, but was leaking from her head. It was gushing from her head, according to them. But I don't know. I wasn't there. But he was worried because he knew she was badly hurt, and he done it. So he told them to call Kayla. So I don't know why. I just think that's going to be important. It's going to be important. And in the end, they ended up firing Kayla because like I said before, anybody who dares to try to stand up to him to protect Cassie or any type of thing of that nature ends up jobless, their money being withheld, their livelihood being held. And as she came to help him because he told his assistant to call or somebody that worked for him to call her, at that very same time, they trying to find a way to get her up out of the enterprise. They're trying to find a way to fire her because she reported this to, I think it was human resources, but it's crazy. This is why they're going to get him about that, about the enterprise, using the enterprise for criminal activity, because it was a lot of the time used in that way, and to hold your power in an abusive power way. So I don't know, but let me tell you what. So I don't just do stories like this regularly. I also deal with spiritual tools and stuff. Like I use these things called divining rods. I also use like oracle cards and things of that nature. But every single time I have ever asked, looked into, use cards on, use spiritual tools on, and asked about Diddy, they keep saying he's going to get off. They keep saying he's going to get off. Now, I was watching this guy named Dalen from, there used to be this guy's name called the Ghost Brothers, and I was watching Dalen. He talked to Kim Porter, I think it was yesterday. And if it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before yesterday at her grave or whatever. He used the spirit box to do so. And um when he's a thing that stuck out to me, knowing that I probably asked about this at least 4 times. And at least 4 times I have received information that tells me that he's gonna beat this somehow. So this morning I tried to get a little more specific and say, was it going to be through a mistrial? And they said no. It's going to be that he is acquitted. Or, it doesn't mean that it really truly was just, but he is going to be acquitted. Is that what y'all said? Yeah. Yeah. I thought somebody was going to pull out something and try to declare a mistrial, because I feel like Brian still is a master at that, and he's going to end up pulling out all the things he can to try to. When I heard Brian still was on the team, I said, "Oh shit," because he's seen what he did for Young Thug, and that's why he got him on that team. So anyway, so what was I saying about? Um, oh, that every time I ask about it, they keep telling me that he's going to get off. And so Dalen was doing some spirit box at the the grave site of Kim Porter. So he asked, I don't remember exactly what he said, but her response was, it was something like, is this going to be the downfall of Diddy? Are we witnessing the downfall of Diddy? Or something of that nature, he said. And she said in response, it is the start of it. And the reason why it stood out to me is because the ancestors, angels, and God, and everybody who looking into this telling me he gonna get off. So what she's saying is, but he not gonna get off in the court of public opinion. Everybody gonna start to see him as a monster, and he's gonna get his own self blackballed out of this. Like she's saying, it's a start. It's not the true justice, karma, or karmic energy that he is due to see. Another thing that was interesting on what I saw about this, they said he's what did he say? He said, because they were saying something like he owes it, and and he said, owes it to what? And they said, to hell. I said, damn. Then he said something else. And my response was, oh, they said, he said, what exactly do you want? From what does Diddy owe? What exactly do you want from Diddy or something for all of this? And I thought they was gonna say his soul, but they said he owes it to hell. I was like, dang. Like, so anyway, that's bad enough because whatever is saying he owes it is not a good thing. I thought I wasn't thinking in the manner of hell. I was thinking that his karmic energy owes this to the world for all the people he hurt at level that evilly of level, but they straight up said he owes it to hell. So, and then somebody else kept saying that he a demon. Somebody I was watching. I just remember that. Now, like I said, I don't have no dog in this fight. So I'm not gonna really try to put out my personal opinions on this because for what? I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not rooting for him. I'm not rooting for them. I'm just gonna see what's happening, what happens from this. So anyway, let me try to get to what I wanted to talk about. Okay. So this girl named Mia, I was saying the most believable person to me, and I cannot explain why, because in other circumstances, I feel like this woman, I would kind of pick apart her story, if that makes sense. It's not to say that it didn't happen, that Diddy didn't RAPE her. It's not to say that, but I just have a problem with even with her, but I believe that it truly happened. I'm gonna say that. I believe it truly happened, but I just have a problem with why these people stayed there. I don't understand why they stayed. So anyway, but this woman named Mia said that Sean Combs um RAP'd her, actually a nulted her. You know what I mean to say, but and I cannot say, but you know what it rhymed with. He said she said so many times. She just every time he did it, she would just keep it moving. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I'm just not a person that could just I don't know. I could not just side with that because and another thing, she said that um she didn't exactly say no, but I disagree with her. That's the crazier part. She said she didn't exactly say no to him. And I remember somebody, and I don't know who chat I was in, because I was in plenty of people chat yesterday. But I don't know who chat I was in, but people in the chat was saying, how would he know not that is wrong or that he shouldn't do it or that she didn't want it if she never said no? But that's not exactly true because she kept giving example of how she would try to thwart off his advances when the first time he really did it, she was trying to think of different ways of how to maneuver different so this don't happen, how not to be caught along with him, how to squiggle out of it, how to whatever. She kept trying to come up with different ways in which she thought that it was going to keep her from, I guess, um, being, I guess, not being um actually annulled again by him. And so one of the ways when she was talking about she was on this plane, she was saying she usually be like, no, 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 it's people around, it's too many people around here. Like she would say stuff like that. So she did actually say no. She just was trying to stroke his ego on why the no, because she knew he cared about his public image and what people think. But I don't think she should have dealt with it. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care. That's the thing with all these people. I just can't understand why they stayed working with this man. I would have had to leave. I would have had to leave. I would have had to leave. I'm not waiting for no second, third, fourth, fifth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th time to be um annulled by this man. What rhymes with annulled with two S's instead of two N's? Okay, so I just couldn't wait for it to happen again and again and again. I would not have stuck around. And that's my problem with most of these people that's coming up to the stand. I can't understand why. Oh, another thing. So the last time I was talking about this Diddy trial, what I forgot to say, because like I think my cousin called, so I wanted to talk to her about the trial or whatever. But the thing that I forgot to say was when they was going through the pictures of the different male WHORESs or whatever they were supposed to be, when they was going through the different male parties of that, one of them was the dude Jonathan Adi or Odie. I don't know which way is the correct way to say his name, but if you don't remember who this is the man that got picked up in the Trump Tower. He was running around acting like he had a GUN, acting like he got picked up for SHOOTING uh in the Trump Tower or the one of the Trump's hotels, and he was running around acting like he was like a secret agent. He was wilding. Okay, he really had a mental break going on, and everybody's seen this. Okay, and when they pulled him into like the interrogation room and was asking him questions, he kept telling us, and this was like years ago, maybe like 10 years ago. So he kept telling us that he worked for he was a sex worker or a male something, he said, for Diddy and Cassie. And he said this long before we knew anything about this. So when they were showing pictures, she was like, oh yeah, that's Jonathan. So I think that I don't know. I don't know for certain. I think that the prosecution is going to try to bring him in as a witness as well. But it wouldn't go, in my opinion, in my professional opinion, even though I'm no lawyer, I think it wouldn't go well because he blackmailed Diddy and Cassie for $5 million. So if he go to, well, I mean, maybe it will go well. If he say, did you get paid $5 million from Diddy to keep that quiet? And he say yes. I guess it can't go wrong. I don't know. So I think they might bring him in because we got like 6 more weeks, child. We got like 6 more weeks or 5 more weeks of this. But it's starting to get good because now I could see how a case is starting to come together. It's not, hmm, I don't know how I'm putting this, but that girl MIA, she better get a case going against this fool and get her monies because this man did you dirty, girl. And the one thing I cannot get with is why they stay. Like, I just cannot. But for some reason, I really do believe her. That's the crazier part. I really do believe her that this stuff happened to her. But I could never stay after somebody did me like that. I just couldn't. So, but she was the first believable witness for me. That's how I see it. Now, let me try to See if there's anything else I need to talk about with the MIA girl. Oh, yes, the most juiciest part of it all, okay? The most juiciest part of MIA. What's that MIA story? Yeah, about Prince. Yeah. So, the most juiciest part about the whole entire thing is um yesterday the girl MIA was testifying about um her and Cassie went to um a private party or a private concert at Prince's house by Prince. And let me first just personally say I think that Prince was finessing Cassie because I know how Prince freak ass is. Okay, I don't think I was supposed to say freak. Forgive me. I know how Prince nasty. Okay, FREAKYS is. And I just couldn't see him singing to women and not trying to get up on them or seduce them of any nature. So I think he was trying to seduce Cassie, but in a playful way, not really trying to take her home with him, but that is his type. He like a girl that look like Cassie. He like Latino women. He like Latino women. He don't like white women. He don't like black women. He like Latino women. And that's how Cassie looked. That's what he like. So anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was like all caressing her face, singing in her face, all getting up on her, or doing his Prince thing that he would do. And that's why this whole situation took place. But the most juiciest part was MIA and Cassie was going to, they went to a Prince private party. I guess they was invited. I don't know. But they went to a Prince private party, private performance at his house or whatever. And then Diddy came in with a I forgot what they said he had on his head, like some type of hat. I don't remember what a bucket hat. I don't really know. So it was some type of hat. And he came in there as soon as Cassie seen him, she bolted. She ran for the hills. She ran out of Prince's house in a frenzy. And Prince seen this, and I believe this is a regular occurrence when it comes to Prince because Prince be on his FREAKYS ish. You know, he be on it. And he be trying to turn chicks out. And he be trying to turn up on them. And I believe this type of thing happens all the time because men can't handle they chick, but they have a whole orgy or orgy over Prince. So anyway, so I feel like so when she ran out of there, Prince sent his security to run after um run after Cassie and make sure she all right. And that night, might I add, it was Prince security stopped him from trying to put hands on Cassie because they didn't get to him right away, and he had her down on the ground, literally pummeling her on the ground like it's a fight, like it's a fist fight. And Prince security had to come stop that. Hold up, give me a second. So Prince, hold up. Let me do a little something so I can make sure I don't start coughing. Excuse me. I should have put that on mute for a second. Okay. Excuse me, y'all. I had to get myself together and not have all this coughing in my because this weather is kicking my butt. So, Prince security. went and stopped him from putting hands on Cassie. Also, a thing that nobody added, by the end of that night, um, Cassie's hotel was changed. I think Prince moved her to make sure she wouldn't be harassed by Diddy. I really believe that. And so I think that's it. And that's all. Oh no. So yeah, I already said all the other stuff about um the what's her name? MIA girl. I just don't. d- She is the most believable person that I've witnessed out of this trial. Well, victim that I witnessed out of this trial, but I just can't get it through my head why they kept coming back. I don't care how bad they needed money. I don't care how people had a special needs child, and it doesn't matter. It's not worth all of that to go through all of this um, craziness, and just for. And I feel like a lot. Let me say this: at the core of everything, I truly feel like these people put up with his foolishness and his craziness because they wanted to be looked at as a celebrity. Just like today, I was reading on, I think it was NBC News or something, because Cassie went into labor like 2 days ago or something. I had her baby, right? So, um, when she was posting about she might have her baby or whatever. Just the way that she did it, it just didn't sit right with me. It's like she's still thirsty to be looked at as a celebrity. And even all this negative attention, she still did it for the hopes of being looked at as a celebrity. And it was, I could just tell these type of things because of what she posted about her having a baby. I just can't explain it. I just see deeper into things that other people do not see into. And I really truly believe that she did that because she wanted to be looked to as a celebrity. Point blank, period. And I feel like all of these people are doing this because they want to be looked at as a celebrity. Um, I feel like that's why they put up with this foolishness from Diddy. Hold up. My bad. Even man, I can't even stop this. Um, it must be time for me to stop this live. But anyway, last but not least of what I was saying, I feel like they all did this to be looked at or seen as celebrities. Just to be in his shadow is enough for them to get their celebrity lifestyle started. That's what they looked at it as to me. And that's it, and that's all. My bad. But anyway, so um I don't think I missed anything. If I did, please forgive me. Um we'll see who is right in all of this. How it turns out. Oh, so I almost forgot to talk about Tory Lanez. Hold up. So oh, Wu Tang. What they talk about Wu Tang? So okay. So so what was I saying? Oh, I almost forgot about to talk about Tory Lanez. So, my opinion on Tory Lanez. So, the Tory Lanez update, okay? So, as of yesterday, I think Tory Lanez's father said that Tory has been moved to a different facility. I also seen the footage of what happened, kinda, but it's crazy because my whole feeling about this is why did you put, because Tory Lanez is a celebrity. It doesn't matter how little bit of a celebrity he is a celebrity. And he should have never been walking around with regular, average, everyday people. He should have been in a protective type of custody because of the fact that he's a celebrity, and he would have never been, this would have never happened. If I was Tory Lanez's parents, or if I was Tory Lanez, or the entity of Tory Lanez, I would be suing them for everything they have because they disregarded my safety by putting me in regular population. I just don't think that was the move, and that was not smart at all. And then the him getting STABBED'd 14 times should be enough to let you know that. That facility should be sued and taken for everything they have because he should have never been put in that predicament. Period. And that's how I feel. So we'll see how that turned out. Um, but he has been moved to a different. Trying to get him off or try to say that he didn't do it and that that Megan's friend, ex friend, did it. I don't really know. Personally, I don't believe it. I don't believe that he didn't do it because of the way that he called up apologizing like that to Megan and saying, I show you never want to speak to me again, and I effed up, and I ain't mean to be that drunk and do that and show my ASS. And he was saying stuff like that. So I believe he really did it. And I believe he remembers somewhat doing it. I feel like everybody in there was, everybody in that car was tore up. But I believe that he remembers somewhat doing that at the very least. He knows what he did because he called up Megan trying to beg for forgiveness. Like, that's why he did it. But, that's neither here nor there. But I think we'll see how that'll turn out. We'll see if he gets released. We'll see if anybody believes him, whatever. But as long as he's moved out of there, if I was them, if I was anybody that represents Tory Lanez, I would be suing for a lot because his life could have been lost. And that's it, and that's all. So I think that's it for today. I just want to come through and throw in my little 2 cents. And thank you for the people that pulled up. I appreciated you for pulling up. No matter how long, how short, it was appreciated. Your presence was appreciated. Let me change this. So, if you're interested in supporting the platform, the channel, the Cash App is scrolling across the bottom. If you're interested in getting in contact with me for any reason or interested in setting up a reading, because I do readings with the spiritual tools I was telling y'all about this morning, earlier. If you're interested in setting up a reading or if you're interested in contacting me for any reason, my email is listed in the description box. And I think that's it. And so thank you guys for giving me your time. It was appreciated. I love you guys. Mwah. Peace.